Welcome to the Barclay Radebaugh Show, brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. Kevin O'Rourke alongside the Bucs head coach. Charleston Southern at 4-2 here early in the season. The Bucs open a difficult month of December with a nice win over Western Carolina, and they take on Columbia International Thursday night here at the Buck Dome. And Coach, a lot of positive signs here the first few weeks of the season. Another quality win against a good Western Carolina team.
Yeah, good to see you, Kev.
You too.
Yeah, well, this is casual day in honor of Coach Chadwell.
Dressing down.
Yeah, dressing down. And the Jamie Chadwell show, I noticed you guys were always really casual, so I didn't put on my coat and tie today that I normally do in honor of our great football season. So no, we a lot of positive stuff, a lot of good stuff, even in our loss to Florida State. Might have been the best game we played all year. Watching it on film, the most competitive, complete game that we've played, and they're just a very tall, athletic opponent. That one of the few people that have been able to guard us well, and Florida State did a good job. But certainly a great win against Western Carolina 2 nights ago, and we're very pleased about that. A lot of respect for Western Carolina. They're very good, and they're well coached and deep and athletic and very talented. They're going to win a lot of games. That was a real quality win. We're really excited about that one.
Mentioned the Florida State game, showed a lot of toughness in that game, and that's something that seems to be showing up a lot here these first few weeks. You talked about the summer you guys went through, a tough preseason. It seems to be paying dividends so far.
Yeah, we're 38, holding teams to 38% from the floor, which is the best we've ever done. We're out rebounding our opponents in a significant way, and we're holding teams under 30% beyond the three-point arc, and kind of the goals that we've set defensively, we've kind of met those goals so far, and it's a pretty good indication. We got a good sample size now that maybe we can be a good defensive team, and that's something that we believe you can take with you day to day, game to game. You're not always going to shoot the ball well, but effort, defending, and rebounding are something that can carry game to game, and hopefully we're going to continue to even get better in those areas. There's lots of room for improvement on the defensive end.
2-1 week for CSU as we move into some highlights from last Tuesday's game against Central Arkansas. Bucs coming into this one at 2-1, and defense was the story here in the first half. Held Central Arkansas to 26%, really set the tone in the first half.
You know, we've been a really, really good first half team, and good play by Sa there to get us going. We kind of lean on him and Arlon to get us going offensively in first halves, and that's just a really quality move by Aaron Wheeler there to get to the rim. He's had a terrific first 6 games.
Will Saunders able to knock down a 3 here off the drive by another one of your freshmen, Danny Upchurch. Arlon Harper went out early in this game. It didn't really seem to affect you guys, which had to be nice for you guys to see as a coaching staff.
Yeah, just a really good play all the way around, and a lot of depth out there this year.
CSU led this game 41-24 at halftime against this Central Arkansas team that they beat last year in Conway. Danny Upchurch getting a good deal of time, finds Will Saunders again, and Will can't hit there, but Sa's there and Cedric underneath, and a lot of what we've seen the last few years from him. He can dunk the basketball.
He can certainly dunk the basketball. I love how we're sharing the ball. We're averaging 14 assists a game, which is really good. On the flip side, we're averaging 14 turnovers a game, something we can continue to work on. At our pace, you're going to turn the ball over some. We just like to turn it over less.
And I guess that's something you expect to get better with these new pieces meshing together as we go along.
Absolutely. We're learning. We're 6 games together. Jabbar Washington, good to see him have some good minutes early against Central Arkansas. We got a lot of confidence in Jabbar. He's going to play a more significant role down the stretch for us.
Upchurch, the freshman from Connecticut, gets inside for 2 there. A really good game for him this past week against Florida State. And active defensively here leads to kind of a scramble for Central Arkansas, able to get a bucket, but it was mostly Bucs in the first half. Will Saunders going to hit 2 straight threes here late in the half, the 2-man game, him and Sa, and that's pretty tough for opponents to guard.
I tell you what, they're effective together. You got to be able to defend Will. Will's release is so quick, Cav. He's just a really quick, effective shooter. Good to see Danny hit one. Danny works really hard, and it's going to pay the dividends. He's a better shooter than what his stats have shown so far.
Bucs up by 17 at halftime, and you kind of put your foot down here early in the second half. That Central Arkansas's leading scorer didn't really do much in the first half, but you guys go on a 20-10 run out of halftime and kind of blow it open right out of intermission.
Yeah, we kind of got the game, and then we lost our concentration a little bit, which has been a little bit indicative of this team. And we got to learn to play a little bit better with a lead, and that's something that we're really going to work on. Wheeler's athleticism to rebound that and to go vertical into that type of dunk just shows you what type of athlete he is as a 6'4", long-armed athlete who's playing really well. Good unselfish play. I love how we're sharing the ball, Kev. We move the ball well against zone or man, and the ability to shoot the ball really opens up a lot of opportunities for us.
Saw Nimley got hot here in the second half. 20 of his 27 points after halftime. He ties a career high, and this time it's Will Saunders from the corner in front of the bench, and you mentioned it, sharing the ball, especially the guys that have played here together. It's fun to watch them play at times.
Yeah, and we're just going to get better and better. One of the ways that we can improve our shooting percentage is to continue to seek the open shot. And I know as our new guys really learn what we're doing offensively, they're going to be able to find the open man more efficiently. The 2 games here, teams have gone zone against us, and it's kind of stymied us a little bit, which is unusual because we're such a good shooting team. We just need to make sure that we concentrate all the way down the stretch. It's a 40-minute game. It's not a 38-minute game. It's a 40-minute game, and we kind of let Central Arkansas back in it a little bit with some sloppy play, and we only scored a bucket down the stretch in the last 5 minutes, which allowed them to cut it down to a respectable margin. They're going to be good at Central Arkansas. They're well coached, and they got a very bright future. I was real impressed with their freshmen.
Good win, though, over Central Arkansas, especially the way he played in the first half coming off the Wright State game.
Yeah, a really good win. We needed that win. I like what their coach said after our game, that CSU played with a sense of desperation, and we really were. We knew we had Florida State next, and we really needed that win, and we're very fortunate and thankful for it.
Bucs made the trip down to Tallahassee for Thanksgiving, took on Florida State, and gave the Seminoles quite a fight in the second half of Friday's matchup. We'll take a look at some highlights of that after this. You're watching the Barclay Radebaugh Show, brought to you by Cruise Chevrolet. Welcome back to the Barclay Radebaugh Show as we take a look at Game 2 of 3 last week for Charleston Southern. Bucs went down to Tallahassee, and Coach, you guys leave on Wednesday, get a couple of practices in, and able to spend Thanksgiving together before taking on another big Florida State team.
Yeah, we were really excited about being able to spend Thanksgiving together on the road, another team-building activity, and we put a big emphasis on that because of our number of new guys. We know we got to learn to love each other quickly to have a successful season.
Third time in 4 years, the Bucs taking on Florida State, led by their head coach Leonard Hamilton. Seminoles about as big as they come in the country, and Bucs, you guys had worked against that size and were able to stay in the game despite struggling to score.
Yeah, we played really well in some stretches. Our effort was just phenomenal, Kevin. We really worked hard. And we were on the floor, had significant deflections, tons of hustle plays that we chart. And they're very difficult to score against. They're one of the best defensive teams in the country because of their size. It's 7'3", 7'1", 7 foot, 6'10", 6'9", 6'9", 6'9", and they're just big. And so we were right in there, and we learned a lot from this game. And you can see Florida State's really struggling. We're executing against their zone offense, and we're holding them down. We see with 3 minutes to go in the first half, Florida State has 22 points. So in 17 minutes, they've scored now 24 points. That's a really good job by us defensively. And we just couldn't get on the board offensively, and they had a lot to do with it. Credit Florida State.
Seminoles took a lead here late in the half, held the Bucs scoreless till Saw Nimley beats the buzzer here with the 3, and the defense obviously a big positive rebounding as well. But I have to think also from the mental toughness side of things, as frustrating as it was at times not putting the ball in the basket, you stayed in the game and you made a run here in the second half.
Great teaching time in the second half, because in every huddle we were saying, hey guys, listen, let's keep defending, keep rebounding, our offense will come around. Keep defending, keep rebounding, our offense will come around. And sure enough, it did. It really did. And obviously we didn't get to our normal offensive production, but we were able to loosen them up a little bit and start hitting some shots and getting some good movement and penetration and sharing the ball. And then one of the things we did, man, we scrapped. We scrapped, and we hustled, and we were all over the place defensively, which allowed us to stay in the game.
Bucs get a 14-3 run in motion here. Saw Nimley with the layup. He had 4 of his 6 assists during this run. He finds Javis Howard underneath this time, or coming up soon. Paul Gomer with the tip in here, but Saw had to work hard to get guys open shots against the size for Florida State, and you guys put your best stretch of the game offensively together here.
Yeah, there's Javis finishing, which has been great for Javis. He's a 6'8", 210-pound freshman with an incredibly bright future. He's learning the game. Saab just making a good play here, finding Paul, who had a terrific game at Florida State. Was our leading scorer and leading rebounder. And here Saab finds him again. And turn around, it's a 4 or 5 point game, and we're right in it. We're right in the game, and right here we cut it to 3 on a super play by Sa and Cedric. And defensively, they've played 20, 13, 33 minutes and have 39 points. Right. So we're holding Florida State to almost a point a minute, which is it's good. It's good. They get on a little run here and stretch out the lead, but we're still competing. We're still competing, and our goal there was to see how we could grow defensively and to play at an incredibly high intensity level. And we know if we can take those things into the Big South that we're going to be in good shape.
CSU out-rebounded Florida State 40-34, +7 on the offensive glass, held the Seminoles to just 32% shooting in the second half, but able to get enough here late in the half. But again, your team kept competing here to the end. Sa gets a 3 to go and ends up being a 58-47 final, and you never feel great after a loss, but had to feel pretty good after that one, all things considered.
Well, we set some goals. Obviously, winning is our very first goal, and we're disappointed we didn't beat Florida State. We really felt like we could have played a little bit better offensively and come out of Tallahassee with a win. We fully expected to win that game, but we set some goals defensively to try to hold them to a low percentage from the field and from 3, and we set a goal to try to out-rebound Florida State. We met 2 of our 3 goals, and so we came out of there not pleased with the loss. We'll never be satisfied with just playing well and not winning, but very pleased with our effort and an opportunity to grow, and to prove to ourselves that if every night we defend and rebound, then we're going to be okay.
CSU came back home, a quick turnaround to take on a really good Western Carolina team, and the Bucs came through with a good performance to get to 4-2 on the season. We'll look at that after this as you continue to watch the Barclay Radebaugh Show, brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. Welcome back to the Barclay Radebaugh Show as we take a look at Charleston Southern's victory over Western Carolina at the Buck Dome on Monday night, and a quick turnaround coming off a tough game against Florida State, and again an excellent first half.
Oh yeah, we really played in the first half. It was really fun to watch, and our guys executed. We made shots. Defensively, we were terrific and holding their leading scorers down and really executed our game plan well. Sinclair didn't score, and 19.3 points a game. He didn't score in the first half, and we were just really concentrated and made shots, and it looked like a really good Charleston Southern team in the first half.
Sa Nimley with 12 of his game-high 22 points in the first half. You held Western Carolina to 30% shooting. That's the 5th half this year the Bucs have held an opponent to 30% or less than the field. You mentioned the job you did on Sinclair. You knew they could shoot the ball after last year. Some new faces this year stepping up, but you guys did an excellent job on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah, good post defense right here. Nice pitch out there. Sa loses his man. But that's one of the few open buckets they had in the first half. It's really one of the few times that they were able to get a clean look at the rim. And, you know, when we shoot the ball like this from the perimeter, it just opens up a lot of stuff for us to be able to drive the ball. We become really effective in transition. Sa made that shot, you know. Cedric just caught it and grabbed the rim. Yeah. That's the second time Sa's thrown an alley-oop in. And Sa was hot, making good decisions. He's starting to get back into Sa Nimley shape and look like himself. We're really pleased with what Aaron's doing and really excited about what he can do in our dribble drive offense, being able to get in and make plays. And Arlon got hot there late in the second half. Good ball movement. Western had switched to a zone, and you know, we're up by 14, and we're just going to continue to grow the lead there. Good ball movement by Danny, keeping his dribble, and the other half of the court now comes into his vision. That's part of our offense there. So good find.
Bucs hit 4 straight threes at one point during this 23-4 run to end the first half. He held Western Carolina to 30% shooting, only 2 made shots the last 7+ minutes of the half, and you pushed the lead out of halftime here to 26 on one of Sa's three-pointers, and then Western Carolina is able to get back into the game. You figured they'd make a charge, and they did here in the second half.
Yeah, and credit Western with a lot of that, but a lot of that's our fault. As you watch these clips here, they got some wide open shooters, and I thought we lost concentration again in the second half, and not being as aggressive defensively, and we let them right back into the game. You know, we let them jump right back in there, and loose ball we didn't come up with, made three. A lot of times in those broken floor situations, it's a great time to get an open look. And here it's a 15-point game, and we're able to, attack their zone. I thought their zone stymied us a little bit in the second half, and our ball movement stopped a little bit. But there's Sa with the same play that Danny just had, creating vision with his dribble of the opposite side of the floor.
CSU hit 7 threes in the first half. Western Carolina hit 7 in the second half. Rhett Harrelson, pretty good point guard for Western. He got hot, hit 4. Bucs able to open up a 19-point lead. They cut it to 9 here, and this was a big bucket in the game, a 3-point playoff. Good ball movement against the zone.
Cedric makes the free throw, gets it back to 12, and I was telling our coaches on the bench we're going to need every point. And Western's good. Won 19 games last year, played for their conference championship, and we knew we were in for a battle. And there's Sinclair's ability. He had 31 at Alabama. Right. We know he's a pro prospect and certainly a guy that's going to be looked at to potentially be an NBA draft pick. Big play here to get it back to 9, and then to be able to make some plays down the stretch. Good ball movement and good player movement against their zone. Just an incredibly difficult shot here by Harrelson. What a terrific player he is. Western Carolina is going to have a really, really nice year. They are. They're going to win a lot of games.
Charleston Southern wins this one, 72-66. The final score as the Bucs moved to 4-2 on the season. Saw Aaron Wheeler able to create for some players late, and your new guys still meshing in. Him, Upchurch, Johnson. They've shown some things here. Promise certainly going forward.
Oh wow, our recruiting class is just terrific. When Javis Howard is just going to be a superstar here, and Wesley Johnson's going to be they're really quality players, and Danny Upchurch is getting to learn from probably the best point guard in CSU history in Cy Nimley, and those guys are really going to be torchbearers for us in the future, and we're really excited about moving forward with them. We feel like they give us some quality depth. They're not going to be perfect, Kevin. They're freshmen, and they're going to make mistakes. And Danny played really well against Florida State, didn't play as well against Western Carolina. And then, I'm leaving the office after the Western Carolina game, and Danny's in the gym already working on his game again. So he's a champion and a warrior and a gym rat, and we know those guys are going to be really good. We're really thankful to have them. And Aaron's just playing a significant role for us now. He's a double-figure scorer almost, and one of our top rebounders, very good ball handler, and has the potential to be our best defender.
One more game before a little break from game action for final exams. You get Columbia International tomorrow, and then it's a really tough 3-game road stretch, so an important one to play well in going into this little break.
Yeah, let's play well against CIU. I really want our fans to continue to turn out. It doesn't matter the opponent. When you're coming to a CSU game, you're not necessarily coming to see an opponent, you're coming to support our team. And something I want to mention to the fans, and if you've bought season tickets and you can't come, I'd really love for you to give those tickets away. I hate looking behind our bench and seeing those empty seats, and I know that we've had a big push on people wanting to buy season tickets, and we're very thankful for our season ticket holders. But if you don't come to that game, then nobody can sit there. And so if you don't have a season ticket, if you have a season ticket and you can't come, walk them over to your neighbor's house or take them to an elementary school or give it to somebody who would like to see a Charleston Southern game but maybe can't afford it or isn't able to get a ticket, because our tickets sometimes are really difficult to get. And I really challenge our students to continue to come out and to support us, and not only to support us, but to cheer and to stand up on the when we have our starting lineup, when we dim the gym, dark the gym, and have the lasers going, and really continue to make this a really serious home court advantage. Not just a home court advantage, but a serious, and it can't be night on, night off. It's got to be a home court advantage every night. That's how you build a reputation there. And our team, we're like 55, 56, and 16 over the last few years at home, and so we've put a quality product out on the floor. And I just really challenge our season ticket holders and our students to continue to come out and help us build this tradition of excellence in the Buck Dome.
Always a fun time here at the Buck Dome. Another chance to make it fun Thursday night against Columbia International, 7:30 tip as the Bucs try to get to 5-2 on the season. For Barclay Radebaugh, my name is Kevin O'Rourke. Thanks for watching the Barclay Radebaugh Show, brought to you by Cruise Chevrolet.